Alright, after you. Alright, so, whichever bed you want to sit. I know that's the most not the most comfortable thing in the world, but, you know, we, you know, yeah. Alright, so, let me, let me get comfortable myself. I would prefer in this case, of course, not to use any radios, you know. This is a, patient-doctor relationship. Everything that will be said, we can keep it into between us. This is a professional line of work, so we don't want, you're open. My doors are open. I hope that you open yours. So let's start
My
by,
radio's off.
yeah, let's start by introducing ourselves. My name is Dr. Peterson. You can call me Peterson if you want, if you don't feel comfortable with, acronyms and stuff, but you can call me Peterson. What will be your name, or what do you remember?
My name is Radio, and
Radio Man. Alright.
I once had another.
Okay. Okay.
I simply cannot remember it.
hmm Okay. Sorry if I interrupted you. Go ahead.
There is something familiar about that boots fellow. I felt it, and he approached me. Presence felt like some I had felt for her.
I see. So, Radio Man, tell me, where did all started? What's the last thing you remember?
I remember waking up on the beach, Florida, 5 days ago. Or rather, the place they call the, not the old. I saw notes everywhere claiming it abandoned. That is where it started. I do not remember before that, but as I travel these lands, things strike out as familiar, like I've been there, or
Okay.
I feel with.
I can understand that. I feel that a lot of people have washed up in those shores with a little bit of amnesia. I mean, myself, I just remember also washing up on those shores a long time ago, though. That was a lot of years. But that seems to be a common with people. I do remember my past with time. 5 days is very early. I don't want you to be forcing yourself to remember, because remembering is part of what we're aiming for. Remembering who are you. By any chance, do you remember any physical things? Did you wake up with something like a bump or like a wound on your head, or were you any physical traits regarding you? Do you remember anything?
I had headache. I chalked it to ocean round, but I had such headache, and sometimes it comes back when I'm in familiar places, speak to
Hmm.
familiar people. When I spoke to Boots, my headache returned.
Okay. Do you think that Boots remember who you were?
I don't know. I don't even myself.
Do you remember who the people? What's the when you were approaching people, or were you approaching places? When was it that it was the strongest? This
Castle
pain.
near a radio tower. Castle there,
Radio
and
tower.
it called out to me. But when I got to the front of the castle, it had been things there.
Castle.
I left.
Castle. When you mean castle, do you think or are you saying about the one that is by Mogilevka?
Castle on the hill.
The hell. Okay. And tower. Is it a very big tower, like some sort of like white and red? You know, like a needle. You know, like a very big needle.
Was radio tower of
Okay. No. Again, I don't want you to force yourself to anything. And this is the first session. I don't want you to. It is good information. This gives me a little bit of background about, who could you have potentially been. But it seems that maybe you have something more than physical. You have something that is more mental. It seems that your headaches are being triggered by familiar places, as you said, and that could give you a clue into who you may be. You know, um, so I know that it sounds harsh or stuff, but I will encourage you in this case and maybe try to explore out there and probably you can find yourself or maybe find someone that recognizes you at the end of the day.
Boots recommended I Everett Reed based on that I said yes.
Okay. Yeah, I mean Reed was
I
one of our members. He's not he's not awake right now, but I'm pretty sure that he will be tomorrow. Why don't you come by us tomorrow and maybe we can have a conversation with him and maybe he can recognize you.
tell me one thing, Doctor.
Yes, go ahead.
Sorry, I zoned out. Why is it that when I have these blinding headaches, I see a red star, or a red star with a black background? I see it in my head when these headaches come. Flashes.
Hmm. I don't want
That's
to
something familiar.
I don't want to jump into any conclusions again. This is too early. But you are describing a group that was very particular in the past. They were good people, but then they turned bad. I've met a couple of them and they have reconciled with themselves and we have accepted them back in society. But if you're saying the group that I'm thinking, you could be a remnant of that. A lot of them are
I
gone,
remember
and
having brothers and sisters, but I remember so many of them dying. I have memories of
Carter, what's the name of the
their
group that
blood on
Reed
my
was?
hands as I tried to
Lost Legion?
save them.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Hmm. Yeah.
Whoever they are, I miss them. I don't even know what I miss.
Well, you talked to Boots. Boots was part of that group. I don't want to say the name. I don't know what it's gonna trigger on you. I want to be more careful with what I'm saying. But
I'm running over.
I don't think that you are a bad man. I don't think they were bad men. They were just misdirected by the end. Again, it's too early to know, and again, I want to see if maybe with some sort of talking first, we can trigger some sort of episode. But we need to be cautious, Radio Man. Now, it's not only for your safety, but it's for our safety.
Here,
Answer question.
I'm entering the building. I'm gonna stand guard. Do you guys mind if I come upstairs, or you want me down
No.
here?
No, stay down there. We're having a session here. It's only between us. Okay, please, thank you.
Hmm.
Yeah. So,
To answer a question, eh?
yeah, go ahead.
You ever feel like As the days pass, slip further and further down a hole, can't escape. That just
There are days that are more hopeless than others. In this world, there's the only thing that will be holding up, hope is the only thing that could be holding us at this point. And I don't like to live that motto, you know. But there are more darker days than others. But we have each other, and you have each other, you know, to help out. That's what we are, at least.
would you mind if I an analogy?
What would you say that? What would you mean that?
I feel like I am at the bottom of a well and someone is dangling a rope, toying with me. And as the days go by, they pull the rope further and further up as they laugh at me.
I can understand.
That is how I feel. I feel like at the top of that well are my brothers and sisters. I am
Okay.
stuck at the bottom,
Mm.
in the darkness. No knowledge of who I was. They were. That makes sense, Doctor.
Yes. No. That's a very human emotion. You are a human after all. We all are. And feeling hopeless at the bottom of the well, as you said, and the rope could indicate some sort of hope again, but it's dwindling from you. But again, you have to rely on other people. At the end of the day, we're not all alone in that. The end of that hole, you know. We are here to help each other to reach that goal, but we have to do it carefully, because sometimes I feel that, or in this case, I would feel that it could trigger something that you may not return from. I could be talking to Radio Man, and you know he's all nice and everything, but the man at the end of that tunnel could be a different man. Again, they were good people, the people that I'm talking about. And if you're one of those, I believe that you will be doing good in this world. But by the end of that chapter of their history, they turn bad. So I'm afraid that if I say something or if I
Bad. No. Case. Right.
you gotta speak louder,
Yeah.
man. Like I couldn't understand that.
What do you mean they went bad?
Again, I don't want to jump in conclusions. I'll have to study this, and I will have to open a file on you and verify that before we continue. But again, we're doing good progress here. We have narrowed down at least certain aspects of who you might be, or at least who you may be with in the past. And this is good progress. And again, I want him to be here.
Yeah,
Let me
good.
see if I can call up him
What?
and see what we
Good.
can do.
I am super fucking
Let's
tired.
take a break,
Oh.
shall we?
I
Why
was
don't we
ready to
just
log.
why don't you just take a break? You know, refresh our memory and see if I can call up some of my contacts and see if I can do something regarding this whole shebang. Why don't you linger around this area? I don't want you to leave. I just wanted to talk to some over my headset.
I will